Ken, I got another superpower for from OpenZiti for you. This
All right,
one,
what's all this?
this one is about ease of use. So as you can see here, we have some Java. So maybe you're familiar with Java, maybe not. But if we just boil this down to the salient bits about why this is so easy, you can see same sort of looking code on the top. I need to understand what address I'm going to listen on. So I need to know my IP address. So some person has to tell the developer how to configure the file, or that person has to know how to configure the server or the application you're going to deploy, and they'll have to decide what port it's going to listen on. And that's how you would do it before ZD. Well, after ZD, all you really need to know is what service do I need to use in order to listen on whatever I'm trying to listen on. In this case, we're showing a server example because we're running the
Right.
bind example. So that's it with Superpower of ZD. So easy to do. No IPs needed to understand by the developer. No port required. Just say, I want to listen on my service, and then let other OpenZiti clients connect to that service. Easy as that.
So the server SDK as a pattern, as a rule, they will opt in to begin hosting some service by name. And
But
then if
well, so I
if
would
they're allowed
say,
to, then they will.
yeah, and I would actually turn that in a little bit, because any program can be a server. It just depends on if the program indicates that it wants to listen, right? So, and you do that right here with this bind command that says, I would like to be able to listen for incoming requests. And so, yeah, that's basically what defines a server.
In a nutshell, right here is the difference between using an IP as an identity or as configuration versus an identity, because that service has an identity too. And you have the identity as the server, as the hosting SDK, but it's cryptographic and configured instead of using an IP. So you got that flexibility because you can always program the the policies later.
Yeah, and yeah, and to your point, and I think we have a comment here. It says also the same thing, which is policies can influence whether or not it's able to, right? So that goes back to the other zero trust goodness that OpenZT provides, is that ability to have finer grained control on, what your identities can do, what sorts of um, powers? No, I don't want to say powers. What sorts of capabilities? That's the word. They're able to perform based on these interesting policies that OpenZT provides.